Alright, welcome everyone to another night of the Semi-Pro Cup Series. We had a little bit of a shaky start to start everything off for our cast tonight, but it's all getting sorted. The brackets broke. They're getting recreated thanks to one of the players being able to screenshot it and upload it to Imgur and all that stuff, or Imager, whatever you want to call it. But Payne's recreating the whole thing, so it's a little frantic, but we got there. We're starting off, and I don't know if I should call this the quarterfinals or not, because it was the quarterfinals, but we've got an extra team, and we're probably going to end up casting an extra game tonight than we normally do, but why not? As long as my voice doesn't give out on me, it should be more fun. So we'll not worry about that too much. But if you guys are new here, first of all, thank you for coming and checking out the stream. I'm Niz. I'll be casting the games all tonight. Most likely going to be solo all night as well, but that's all right. But we've got two teams here. That one I know a couple of the players on. That's going to be on the Radiant side. They're not going by the name that they're using in game. They're going by a different one in the brackets, and that's Dota Time Friends. But yeah, you can blame that in-game name on Z-Rock, aka Alpha Omega, for that. But we've got Mysterious Legends on the Dire side as well, and yeah, this should be a pretty good game. So let's catch up in the draft and see where we are right now. We've got Sloridar. Well, Queen of Pain was the first ban, followed by Sloridar, then Templar Assassin, and Doom. So, what's surprising there? First of all, we typically don't see TA get banned out in the first set. Sloridar has become a new first ban kind of hero. We saw him making it through the first set of bans, but getting picked up pretty early, quite often. But now he's kind of been promoted to that kind of first ban material. Doom, he's been there for a while. Even with the nerfs, he's still there. Queen of Pain's been one of those heroes that's been there, but TA, not so much. So interesting to see TA getting banned out here, but that's because they felt pretty comfortable picking up the Shadow Fiend. They banned out the Queen of Pain, they banned out the Templar Assassin. They said, you know what, we've got a Radiant Shadow Fiend now, so we should be pretty safe. The response from Mysterious Legends was Tusk Dazzle. Tusk, pretty versatile in what he's able to do. Obviously, it could be support or he could be offlane. And part of disguising that is the fact that they picked up a defensive support in Dazzle, which could be in the offlane with a different hero than Tusk, but could also just be safe lane protecting the carry if they choose to run a 2-1-2. Dazzle being one of the more defensive supports is actually pretty flexible in where he can go, but he doesn't really pair too well with Tusk in the offlane, so if the Tusk is an offlaner, I imagine him to be there, Dazzle to be safe lane. But if Tusk is being run as a support, you may actually see those two swap. It's well, we'll have to see, because they're going up against a Darkseer, which typically puts a lot of pressure on the safe laner, especially if you pick up a melee safe laner. I don't think they will, seeing that. They'll like to go after Gyrocopter, which surprisingly doesn't get banned out. So maybe they'll pick that up, and then they've got the Dazzle to kind of heal up their Gyrocopter there. But we'll see if they choose to actually pick that up, because both teams, well, they banned their second set of bans really, really quickly, so we'll catch up on that. Earthshaker and Spiritbreaker getting banned out by the Radiant. Two heroes that are really strong at roaming around early on. And they're kind of initiation style heroes, which would pair incredibly well with the Tusk. So both those getting banned out. Arguably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, defensive supports. Winter Wyvern gets banned out. They've already picked up their own with Dazzle, so they're getting rid of the Winter Wyvern, and they're banning out the Anti-Mage. Because, well, I guess they didn't really feel too comfortable picking the Anti-Mage for themselves, so they're just going to remove that. Maybe they got something else in mind. They don't really like playing it against the Darkseer, perhaps. But they are taking their time here with their third pick. Night Stalker, nice. I'm a fan of the Night Stalker, real big fan of the Night Stalker, so it'll be fun to see what they're able to do with him. And that still keeps their lanes very open, and, well, look at that. They just snatched the Gyrocopter from them. So, like I said, Tusk can be played as an offlaner or as a support. Night Stalker is actually exactly the same. Could be played as an offlaner or a support. We may actually see the Tusk and the Night Stalker leaning together in the offlane, Dazzle with another hero in the safe lane. I would have really liked to have that been a Gyrocopter, and then they could have picked the Night Stalker fourth, but Maybe they've been planning on that, and now the gyrocopter just got snatched away from them. There are other options, though. They don't have to have the gyrocopter to lane the way I said. There are other options. The troublesome part here is they have to pick that hero and show it to the enemy team before the enemy team has picked either of their supports, which means they can really change up the style that they're going to try to play here. Of course, they could always go aggro with the gyrocopter as well and go kind of an aggro tri-lane to put some pressure on. I'm not sure if they would really be too crazy about doing that, but so far I really like the Radiant's lanes here in their draft. They're very, very... I think they're versatile, but at the same time, they're just so solid right now that there's nothing really big to worry about. And the other team is kind of, or Mysterious Legends, I should say, is kind of chasing the draft already. So that's why I really like the space that Radiant's in right now in the draft. You see Mysterious Legends really taking time in the draft here. Undying. Oh, this is going to be very, very aggressive stuff coming out from them. I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking. What does this mean? We're going to see a lot of aggression. We're going to see them try to bring down towers early. But you're picking on Undying into a gyrocopter. Gyro is probably one of the best counters in the game to Undying.
5 seconds remaining.
How are they going to plan on laning this?
Reserve time.
Huh. If you go aggro with Tusk, Dazzle, and Undying, it's a little bit of a weird lane, but I guess you can get it to work. They have one range in it, but you should be okay, because Tusk has that kind of long range engage. If you go aggro with that, then you're leaving your Night Stalker to solo against a Darkseer in the safe lane, which Darkseer is just gonna do really well. Actually, I think Darkseer should do really well in that lane, but Night Stalker could put a lot of pressure on early and kind of take over that lane in the first couple levels, but he shouldn't be able to completely zone the Darkseer. And once Darkseer gets a little bit of levels, that lane should come right back to him. Those are two heroes I play quite a bit, but I've never 1v1 against either of those. That's a tough one to call, but maybe they're planning on putting the Night Stalker mid against the Shadow Fiend. It's once again not another favorable matchup, but something that maybe they can make work.
Reserve time.
But like I said, you've shown your strategy here with picking the Undying. You're going to be aggressive early on, and like I said, the Radiant side they hadn't picked either of their supports yet, so they can pick whatever they need to deal with what Mysterious Legends has shown. And they're going to pick a Rubik, which is good kind of disengaging support. Typically not the best hero in best support hero in Tri-v-Tris, but it's not bad at the same time. Coddle, so D-push, anti-push, getting removed out there. Probably the strongest anti-push in the game.
10 seconds remaining.
And definitely expect the Radiant side to pick up strong wave clear with their final pickup, final support pickup. So that could be a lot of things. I'm not sure. I like Lina, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the pick here. They ban out the Juggernaut. Once again, another early game carry. That's, I mean, that's what they're after. They're after early game power. It's a hero that would have been able to lane against the Darkseer quite well. Or could even have gone mid against the Shadow Fiend.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, so they pick up the Wind Ranger, so I'm guessing this is a safe lane Night Stalker against the Darkseer, Wind Ranger mid, and then an aggressive try with Tusk, Dazzle, and Undying.
Omni-Knight.
So that's a little bit of wave clear, but not the kind of hero I was planning on, but it's a hero that's quite good for those early kind of battles and lots of team fights. It gives you a lot of team fighting support. Good, strong defensive support with the Omni-Knight. I think the lanes are going to be a little weak with that, but... I imagine the Omni Knight will do quite well when they try to dive tower and stuff like that bottom, but maybe I'm thinking a little bit too far ahead in terms of how they're going to lane this. But let's introduce the teams and the players first, as we've got on the Radiant side, Dota Time friends. Playing their Darkseer is going to be Alpha Omega, aka Z-Rock. We got Aguchial playing the Rubik. That's going to be a fun name to say. We've got Dot, or Period, playing the Shadow Fiend. Donna Paulson, mid, playing the Omni Knight. Donna Paulson's a character from Suits, the TV show. Big fan of that series. We've got On Tilt playing the Gyrocopter. And for our Dire side lineup, it's the Mysterious Legends. Playing their Night Stalker is going to be Zoro. We've got Hi playing the Dazzle. At MMN Sabrina playing the Undying.
To battle.
VN Dragon playing the Tusk, and Seven's going to be playing the Wind Ranger. Looks like both teams are after this top rune here. Got the Darkseer already placing an Observer Ward, blocking the camp. So they're not entirely convinced that there's going to be a try set up here. Quickly bring up our items. We've got lots and lots of mangoes.
The battle
So
begins.
interesting items I'll point out in just a second is here comes the first battle. The bounty rune will go to the Tusk. It looked like the Shadow Fiend was going to grab that, but no, the Tusk, the longer arms, have managed to grab that, snatch it up first. This is Gyrocopter on tilt, getting incredibly low, but he should be fine. He's going to salve himself back up. So now Aguchial getting quite low, but he'll be okay. Notice all the starting regen on this Rubik. He got pooled to a set of tangos. He got, well, he bought a set of tangos himself and did a little pooling, so he ends up with still 4 tangos, but he also started with a mango and a healing salve, so lots and lots of regen. As both teams now seeing what the other teams are running and rotating to different lanes, looks like we're going to have the Gyrocopter and Rubik up in the top lane, so dodging the aggro tri-lane potentially coming out here. They're going to be going up against the Wind Ranger, which is safe lane, not in mid. And now we've got Omni Knight coming up there. So they are going to aggro try, but it's mainly to dodge the enemy aggro try. We got Shadow Fiend versus Night Stalker in the mid, so one of the potential matchups that I saw coming. And then it's the aggressive try of Dazzle, Undying, and Tusk for the Dire side going up against the Darkseer. This is pretty good for them too. If Darkseer... He's going to be able to keep his eye on shell. He's going to get a lot of XP like this. They're going to constantly be pushing the lane, which means Darkseer is going to get all the XP he wants. And that's exactly what a Darkseer wants early on in the game. XP to get Ion Shell leveled up. But we've got an engage in the top as the Tombstone gets dropped down. Although Shackle actually doesn't latch there. It almost latched the Gyrocopter and the Rubik, but it doesn't. So now they're going to try to turn around. On tilt, trying to chase down 7. 7 should be able to get away here. Juking around the tree. He's going to come back around the Gyrocopter's Q. Does too much damage bringing him down. What is the name of that? It's a Rocket Barrage. I thought so. Well, I didn't want to sound like a clown at the time, but it's the Rocket Barrage. And that's going to be our first blood going to On Tilt there. As this dodging of the tri-lane has worked out for the Radiant side, and now we're seeing the Dire side actually changing up their lanes. Maybe it was just in response to the aggression there, but yeah, now they're adjusting their lanes, and look what's happening in the bottom lane. The Darkseer starting to take over the lane, starting to put a ton of pressure on this Tusk. Now he's been left alone, and Darkseer is already up at level 3. That should be an easy lane for Darkseer now, unless they start making some more rotations. Mid lane, Shadow Fiend, I mean, he's doing exactly what you would expect, getting all the CS in this lane, or the vast majority of it in this lane, but the Night Stalker keeping up with him, sitting at 10-0 CS. Doesn't have the denies that the Shadow Fiend has, doesn't have the 5 denies that Shadow Fiend has, but pretty much matching him in terms of CS. But in terms of these tri-lanes, it's definitely worked out better for the Radiant side so far. Gyrocopter sitting at 11-5 CS. And we've got 9-4 on the Tusk, which is kind of comparable to the Darkseer at 9-2, but then you've got to compare someone with the Gyrocopter, and I guess that's the Undying at 3-1. That's not ideal. the Wind Ranger, 3-1 as well. It's no one's really keeping up with this gyro, so advantage Radiant there. We've got a lift and a toss back onto high. The Shackle will come through and latch on tilt to a tree. They drop down the tombstone quickly, but it's the Omni Knight first to fall. Will the gyrocopter go down? Yes, it will. The decay gets him. And now they're going to chase down the Rubik, and that's going to be a 3 kills going the way of Mysterious Legends in their safe lane. It'll be interesting to see how the teams choose to adapt now. As this bottom lane, it's like I said, it is going in favor of Dark's hero, though both heroes are quite low. The Shadow Fiend and Night Stalker, they're pretty much splitting the lane, or at least they were. Shadow Fiend's starting to take over now. He's got raises and able to raise down the creep wave, but it has just hit night, and that means it's Night Stalker's time to shine, as we've got him manning up on the Shadow Fiend. He can't short range raise. It was still on cooldown for another 5 seconds. And we're going to see a solo kill by the Night Stalker in the mid lane, dropping that Shadow Fiend. He's even going to bottle up a Bounty Rune here as well. But yeah, this first nighttime is going to be absolutely huge for this Night Stalker. He already got his first kill, and he's going to look to keep the aggression on once the Shadow Fiend gets back. He's got the Dazzle kind of close by, doing a little bit of de-warding. But look at this. Shadow Fiend is just TP'd on in, and Night Stalker just runs right at him. Eats a couple raises, but burns through a little bit of Shadow Fiend's regen there, and it's trading some of his own. But
Not so fast.
But yeah, the Shadow Fiend needs to be very, very careful, because if he's not sitting on full HP, that Night Stalker can so easily just bring him down. He doesn't have silence yet, but look at this. He's just going to run at him with the Void, with the heal from the Dazzle. They quickly bring down that Shadow Fiend. It's another kill for Zoro.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom still kind of... I don't want to say it's passive, because it's definitely anything but passive in that bottom lane. But, yeah, I don't expect us to see a kill anytime soon, unless someone makes a pretty big mistake. Dazzle's going to make his way back up to the top lane. Sitting at 850 gold. Only has a sentry on hand, though. No boots, no stick, nothing else. Darkseer rotating away from bottom, going into the jungle. Getting little stacks going here. He's going to go for the bottom ring. Will he get the bounty? Yes, he will.
What surge is this?
Darkseer going to be going after Soul Ring for his first item. When Night Stalker was making a play there on the Shadow Fiend, but the Rubik was there. As I bring up the item, see who is going for what. We don't have boots yet on the Omni Knight either. What is his gold total looking like? 370 right now, so he's getting close. And we're going to have a wraparound here from Zoro on the Night Stalker. He's got double damage activated. And he's going to go on tilt, but he's not going to be the one to finish him off. It's going to be 7. Now they're going after Donna. As Donna trying to juke and jive into the trees, but there's no escape there. As the 4 heroes from Mysterious Legends will drop those 2 heroes, and then most likely drop this tier 1 tower as well. As Zoro's not done, he's going to wrap in behind on the Shadow Fiend. He's going to open with the Void, and just right clicks him down. That's going to be another kill. I did miss a kill in the bottom lane as Vian Dragon apparently got a kill on the Darkseer solo, and we saw well played getting dropped in chat by Alpha Omega. Xerox respecting his opponent there, respecting the fact that he just got outplayed. I wish I caught that on camera, but unfortunately there was too much action going on in the other lane, so I missed that. But this tier 1 tower actually didn't fall, so it's still up and both teams still fighting over it. The Shadow Fiend once again TPing back to the mid lane. We're sitting at 4 o'clock in the morning right now.
Radiant's bottom tower
nighttime's almost over. Night Stalker does have darkness available to keep extend the night, and we'll expect him to pop that as soon as it goes daytime. If he thinks there's potential to keep fighting. There's a sentry there. They ping it out immediately. The sentry actually spots the observer ward on the high ground as well. As he should have seen. The Night Stalker definitely would have seen there, and of course the Omni Knight did because of the observer ward. But without that observer ward, he probably wouldn't have been able to see because of Night Stalker's nighttime vision. Darkseer starting to feel the heat from this Tusk. The Dragon starting to bring this lane back to him. He's sitting at 25 and 5 CS. Darkseer sitting at 25 and 3. So still kind of a wash between those two heroes. Obviously, you've got to give slight advantage to the Tusk, getting that one hero kill on the Darkseer. Beyond that, we compare the mid lanes in terms of CS. Shadow Fiend's leading the way at 47 and 10 versus the Night Stalker's 38 and 3. But Night Stalker, he's been moving around. He's sitting at 4-0 and 1, a hero score right now. Look at Shadow Fiend 0-3 and 0. So CS isn't all telling in that lane. And then the two safe lane farmers, or carries I should say, we've got 33 and 9 on the Gyrocopter and then 30 and 8 on the Wind Ranger. So actually kind of evening out quite a bit, but that's just CS. That doesn't tell the entire story. As Zoro popped haste, went for a little bit of a play there onto the Shadow Fiend, and backing it. He actually didn't pop Darkness for that, so he will still have that available. And we got action in the top lane as the Gucci Al is going to get sniped by the power shot to finish him off, and that's the 10th hero kill for Mysterious Legends, as they were maybe off to a little bit of a shaky start there early on, but they've quickly taken this game back and quickly taken over, as well as they get another kill in the bottom lane on tilt, the Gyrocopter. And they're TPing some more heroes in here. The Undying and the Dals are going to TP on in, and that means more aggression as they're going to go onto this Darkseer. Zoro is quite low on the Night Stalker, but they don't have anything to bring him down. And now they're going to find another kill on the Omni Knight, and maybe a third, as a Gucci Al just respawned and TP down here, and he's going to go down again. 14 and 1 the kill total. We just hit the 10-minute mark. Let's not bring up the chat wheel. Let's bring up our net worth and see where we stand in top 3, all on the side of Mysterious Legends. No surprise there, with Zoro leading the way. 5,200 net worth already in this game. 3,900 on the Tusk, 37, almost 38 on the Wind Ranger. Then you've got the Shadow Fiend, which, honestly, he's been doing pretty well, despite the fact that he died 3 times to keep his CS up and keep his net worth up. But he's 3,400. It's tough when you're sitting at 3,400 going up against someone who's got 2,000 more net worth than you. Bottom tier 1 tower did go down. Who got the last hits? The Wind Ranger. So 7, getting a little bit more gold. That'll help him on his way to his Aghanims. We've got... is that all Xerox has? Yeah, so he just has the headdress and about 300 gold on the Darkseer. So the mech is still going to be quite a ways away. We do have an Omni though, so the mech isn't the biggest thing in the world, but it's still nice to have. And the big thing is comparing the timings of the two mechs on either team, because we're going to see a lot of fights early on. That means mech is going to be extremely valuable, and Undying's already a little ways ahead in terms of that. He's going to drop the Tombstone on the tower. We've already seen the Rubik go down now. Will they be able to bring down the Omni Knight? He's going to repel himself, but the Shadow Fiend's trapped in the shards. Great shards coming out from VN Dragon. Omni's going to go down, and the Shadow Fiend's going to go down as well. I think there was a TP coming in there. Not sure who it was. Maybe it was on tilt. I'm not actually sure, but whoever it was, they smartly canceled that one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As Mysterious Legends still continue to completely run over their opponents here. 17 to 1 kill total. Almost 10,000 gold league, 12 minutes into the game. My goodness. XP is a little closer, but 6,000 XP lead for Mysterious Legends.
Bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures
We'll quickly bring up our items here. We've almost got... Okay, we do have a buckler finished by the Darkseer. What is the Undying looking like? He's got the recipe. As I missed a kill, it's in the bottom lane. VN Dragon and Zoro combining for a kill there on tilt.
Radiant's middle
And
tower
they actually
has been
get the
denied.
mid tower denied. So good play there once again coming up from the Shadow Fiend. But Undying, I was about to look at his gold. He's already got the chainmail. So actually, that little bit of farm that Alpha Omega got while Mysterious Legends were taking the mid tier 1 actually draw him or got him back to even with the Undying in terms of mech timing. So we won't really see an advantage there, as I don't know what the heck I was paying attention to. The Rec Room flies, and that drops Zoro incredibly low, but it's not enough to finish him off. Zoro once again getting another kill, 6-0 and 4. The streak's actually getting pretty big now, and with the amount of net worth he has, it's going to be a lot of gold if this Radiant side manages to bring him down. It's easier said than done, I guess.
Under attack.
Shackle will land onto the gyrocopter, and he's going to have to run back through all these heroes. The Omnilite will try to keep him alive. The Purification, the Repel, not enough though. Doesn't have Guardian Angel available because he's not level 6. Unfortunately, Rubik DCing at the worst moment there. He was going down, and he in fact has already gone down, but they will pause. But I think everyone here on the Dire side should have enough HP to be able to keep pushing this tier 2 tower, as there are, well, all three of them have a good amount of health. 500 gold on the Undying, so closer and closer to that mech. The Darkseer's up to 800, so they will actually hit the mech first. As for the Night Stalker, picked up a Sand, sitting on 1900 gold. Wonder what he's going to add. Is that going to be Halberd? Is that going to be an SNY? I spoke of Guardian Angel not being available just yet. He's getting there. 222 XP out of 600 to level 6. That'll definitely give him quite a bit of team fight. So will Darkseer's vacuum. Wall vacuum. We haven't seen one just yet. But Darkseer, you typically don't really see them getting too active prior to level 11. A lot of it's just getting the mech up. Then they start getting active, and then they're doing a lot of splitting early on, just kind of getting their early levels. And then the team fights start happening. Then we see the big wall vacuums, and those get even more prevalent once the Darkseer starts getting a Blink Dagger. Which I imagine we'll see this game. You're going to have to hold on long enough to see that, though. VN Dragons picked up Shadow Blight. I'm actually going to bring up the items here while we're paused. Oh, I didn't even notice. Rubik. Aguchiel doesn't even have his boots yet. Neither does the Omni. It's been a rough game for these supports.
Double kill.
And look at everyone else on that kill announce was just for the Rubik that was dead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, you look at the amount of gold on this Dire side.
Is under attack.
It's so hard for them to get back in the game. This Radiant side, they need to create a little bit of support, a little bit of space for their supports in the team fight. Give them a little bit of time to get those boots. But Mysterious Legends, they've got an advantage, and they're not letting up. They're keeping on the pressure. Go, 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 go. And look at this VN Dragon. He's coming right back on in. He's going to look for a pick-off here onto Z-Rock on this Darkseer. We'll get him kind of low, but there's that mech coming back in. And VN Dragon needs to be careful here. The wall will come out. They force the grave. Maybe have a turnaround. They do have Tombstone available. It will get dropped, and now they're going to try to turn around. Zoro's starting to run on in. He's going to run right through the wall. He's got Call Down going down at the same time. As Shadow Fiend's going to man up onto Zoro here, and Zoro taking a lot of damage, getting body blocked by his teammates. VN Dragon comes in, and I don't know what HP he was at, but it was incredibly low. But the heal came up from the Dazzle. Now Zoro finding another kill, so he'll drop the Darkseer. That was actually a pretty good fight for the Radiant side, but they just weren't able to bring down those targets. They got so close at so many different moments, but just wasn't enough. 23-1 kill total. We got a medallion finish for the Dazzle. It's just more and more items keep coming out for this Dire side, and good game, well played. Will get dropped into chat there. Is that an actual GG? Yes, it is. So that'll be it. As Dota Time friends, they tap out from an impressive performance coming out from Mysterious Legends. That was
I'll return the favor.
A very different style draft and style of play than we typically see, and Well, it worked out quite well as Mysterious Legends will advance to the next round and knock off a team of some pretty good players. And they only managed to die once. Who was the feeder? It was 7, the Wind Ranger. But that's going to wrap it up for this game, guys. I have no idea what's going on with the brackets. I will take a quick look right now for you guys, see if see who we're playing next. I don't know. Let me try. Yeah, I don't know. The link I have is still broken, but I know Payne's on the case. He's already got that all sorted out. So we will still have games. We will still have a tournament to finish here. But I can't tell you immediately who we're going to be playing next. But we will be following Mysterious Legends into their next match. So they'll be one of the teams. But I'll figure that out for you guys while I take a quick little break here. Once again, everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Niz. This is NizCast, and you're watching the Semi-Pro Cup Series, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.